Enough is enough. That's the message from a newly formed group called People for Portland, which is putting pressure on local leaders to bring about change to the city. In its first month, the nonprofit is making sure their message is getting across loud and clear. Fox 12's Camilla Ortiz joins us live now from downtown with more. Camilla?
Well, Nora, I talked to the founders of People for Portland today. They told me this effort came from widespread frustration about three main issues facing the city: public safety, homelessness, and trash. Their goal is to raise the heat on elected officials by unifying and amplifying voices from the public.
I've walked the streets and picked up cans for several days.
Debbie Tyler does what she can with what she's got.
Right now, we're stranded here. We can't go anywhere to, get help of any kind.
Yeah.
If we weren't by Fred Meyer's, we'd be without food.
Tyler and her son, Josh, have been living out of a van and a Jeep since February. Before that, it was motels. The homelessness crisis that Portlanders talk about often these days is their daily life.
I have an eviction on my record. Nobody will rent to me.
Their story, one of many, featured on the nonprofit People for Portland's website, a group born back in August out of urgency.
We don't use the word rescue and save in our television ads lightly, but we think that's what the city is up against right now.
Dan Levy and Kevin Looper, both strategic consultants in the city, got the idea to create a unified front and platform for the public.
When the people speak, the politicians will follow. And that's what we need to do is to create a loud enough voice, one voice of the people speaking up.
On peopleforportland.org, citizens can send a message to elected leaders to demand action on three main things: public safety, including outfitting Portland police officers with body cams and getting more officers on the streets, addressing homelessness, and picking up trash.
They have the money. They have the power. What they lack is the courage of our conviction.
Looper said 100,000 emails were generated in less than a month, and government officials are aware of the message.
So we have their attention. There is no doubt.
Looper and Levy hope, for the sake of the city and people like Debbie and Josh, awareness turns to action quickly.
It would mean everything, absolutely everything.
I did reach out to Mayor Ted Wheeler's office today, as well as Multnomah County commissioners, but did not hear back. People for Portland is a 501c4 nonprofit. I'm told they're bipartisan and funded by anonymous donations. We will post more information on kptv.com. Reporting live downtown, Camilla Ortiz, Fox 12 Oregon.